Hello everyone, it's me again. Now before we start, I have to apologize for not uploading this video earlier. I've been sick the entire week and was extremely busy yesterday. And honestly, I was so tired I slept through the entire day. Anyway, let's not get too off topic. I do have one quick disclaimer though. If you haven't watched my previous video, I really recommend watching that one first, because a lot of the things I don't say here, I already said there. So welcome. Here is almost everything wrong with War Thunder, explained by an idiot. Let's start at the top of the iceberg and slowly work our way down into the deeper, less known stuff. And of course, we have to begin with the biggest elephant in the room, the grind. The War Thunder grind is painful. Top-tier vehicles sometimes cost over 400,000 research points. Now that shouldn't sound too bad if the RP gains scaled properly. You'd expect that the higher rank you go, the more research points you earn, right? Well, that logic dies at rank 4. You just stop earning more. Grinding the German tech tree without premium can easily take 1,000 hours or more. Sure, you've got aids like premium time and premium vehicles, but a lot of players simply can't afford them. And that locks free-to-play users into an endless grind that feels more like punishment than progress. Now, this issue mainly hits helicopters, ground vehicles, and naval. Planes are the exception, since RP gain does continue scaling past rank 4, but even then, the air grind is still messy and inconsistent. Helicopters are probably the worst offenders. Modification costs are absolutely insane. We're talking 93,000 RP for a single modification, and when a helicopter match gives you barely 1,000 RP, that means you'd need 93 matches of consistent gameplay just to unlock one modification. That's beyond ridiculous. Ships have a similar problem. A lot of times, vessels' research cost skyrockets compared to the previous one. The inflation is insane. Some of the jump costs in naval progression are almost comical. Here I got an example on screen. And of course, we can't forget Silver Lions. At top tier, repair costs and vehicle prices are out of control. You can lose money even when you perform well, which makes no sense in a progression-based game. It feels like the economy is designed to drain you until you give up and buy premium. All right, moving on. Next up, we have map design. I think everyone agrees on this one. A lot of War Thunder's maps are just bad, especially at high tiers, but even some low-tier maps are outright unfun. Take Sands of Sinai. In mid-tier, it's pure hell, especially if you're driving something slow like a mouse. You'll be crawling for 5 minutes before you even see the battlefield. Though I'll admit, at top tier it can be fun, but that's the exception. Then there's Fire Ark. It's wide open, completely unbalanced, and one spawn side is way stronger than the other. If you spawn on the wrong side, good luck. You've already lost. And don't even get me started on naval maps. I'll just show you this one right here. Yeah, no words needed. You already know. All right, next up, bugs. I won't list them all, but let's just talk about some recent ones. So the Tusk Force update introduced one of the dumbest bugs I've ever seen. If you get shot while reversing, your APHE and API shells would completely ignore your armor. I'm not joking, it really is that bad. Gaijin patched it, sure, but somehow managed to recreate the same bug again, this time with HEAT shells. I have no idea how they managed to break the same mechanic twice in a row. Then there's the sound bug. Sound is one of the most important aspects of War Thunder. Before you see an enemy, you hear them, or at least you used to. Now half the time, enemy tanks make no noise at all. You'll get flanked or shot from behind because the engine sounds just didn't load. And look, I get it. No game is perfect. Bugs happen, glitches happen. But the thing with War Thunder is that it's every single major update. Every time we get new content, we also get a new wave of massive, game-breaking bugs that take weeks to fix. It's not just annoying, it's exhausting. And for a game that markets itself as realistic, having broken sounds, invisible shells, and disappearing armor doesn't exactly scream realism. Anyway, let's move on to something more controversial. Russian bias. Now, personally, I don't think Russian bias is real. What is real, though, is premium bias. Premium vehicles get special treatment, better stats, lower BRS, easier matchmaking. Sometimes they're straight-up copies of tech tree tanks but just perform better. And lately, new premiums are often just reskinned tech tree vehicles with barely any changes, yet they sell for $60 or more. Next up, community feedback. Gaijin claims they listen to players. They don't. Here's an example, the T58 situation. They ran a poll asking whether the T58 should be a tech tree or a premium vehicle. The community overwhelmingly voted for tech tree. What did Gaijin do? Added it as a premium anyway. Ignored the poll entirely. It's the same story every time. They pretend to care, then go back to doing whatever maximizes profit. It's clear at this point that community feedback isn't a priority. Monetization is. And that's kind of the theme of everything wrong with War Thunder. Balance, realism, communication, economy. Nothing feels stable. Every update breaks something new. Every patch feels rushed. And every fix creates two new problems. And somehow it's always the players who end up paying for it, whether with money or time or both. Now look, I still love the game. I wouldn't be making videos like this if I didn't. War Thunder has incredible detail, great visuals, and probably the best vehicle combat ever made. But all that potential is constantly buried under bad design choices and greed. I know me saying this won't change anything. No Gaijin employee is going to see this video. But what I do hope is that if enough of us keep talking about these issues, maybe, just maybe, they'll start paying attention. If you have any other problems with the game that I didn't mention, please write them in the comments. I'd really love to read your thoughts because these videos are new for me and I want to make them better over time. Anyway, that's all from me for today. It's already 2 a.m. as I'm writing this and I'm still not feeling great, so I'll end it here. Love you all, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Dearest Midway Ash.